Hello, beautiful creatures. It's so nice to see you today, to feel you here together in presence as we continue to learn more and more how to gracefully navigate this strange and fascinating existence. My name's Eliza, and it is the 3rd of November 2020. This week I want to share with you and speak with you some encouraging things. I'm simply going to encourage you to listen deeply to your soul's guidance, to listen deeply to the parts of yourself that have not yet had some airtime or have not yet been able to make decisions, have not yet had enough room and space and presence, had not had your attention, and they have not been able to fulfill some of their dreams. Now is a time to really look within thyself and ask, what is it I really, really want to do? What have I not yet had the courage to do? Where can I stretch myself in a way that I know will lead me to a more joyous existence? It is now time, as we round off 2020, to, I want to say, become a master of listening to yourself. Develop really strong expertise, get really skilled up, and have pay attention to all parts of yourself so that you can ensure you are not holding or sustaining or enabling inner conflict. It is so helpful right now for us to be taking full responsibility over our own state of being, over our own state of mind. Now, this does not in any way mean being happy and light and positive all the time. Absolutely not. This simply means showing up to yourself, being real with yourself. Now, I'm not even going to ask you to be real with everyone else right now. I'm just going to encourage you to see and contemplate and consider and listen to all parts of yourself to see where you are not being real and authentic with yourself. Now, I'm not encouraging this in a really tough way that's like, you're not doing this and you should be doing that, and there is no need to berate the self or beat the self up about anything that you find as you look within. Accept what you find. The way to lead parts of yourself into change or lead others into change is to first accept them as they are. So sit next to yourself. Communicate with all parts of the self. Sit quietly, listen deeply, and ask all parts of yourself what it is they need to be happy, to feel safe, to feel comfortable, to feel at ease in the world, to feel fulfilled. This is the way that you can be of the greatest contribution to the Great Awakening. I know you are here to help and contribute and be of service to this time in humanity. And the very best thing that I'm going to recommend for you in order to do that, particularly for the rest of the year, in order to prepare you and us for next year, things are going to keep changing. The changes are going to happen much more quickly, and we need to be super adaptable, okay? And so in order to be adaptable, you need to know who you are. You need to understand the difference between the parts of yourself that you hold on to and the parts of yourself that you allow to change and grow and evolve. So consider that. Take a little time if you need to look back at your timeline, to notice the patterns and understand the lessons. Do it quickly. Get the understanding of the lessons and then wipe that timeline clean so that you can presence yourself and retrieve all of your life force energy back into this now moment so that you can contribute in the very highest possible way to the creation of the new earth. You can't bring all of that old stuff with you. And this is what we are experiencing right now on the planet. As we move out of the 3D through the 4D and into the 5, the 4D is chaos. The 4D is destruction. The 4D is pulling down all of the systems. The 4D is death. Okay, this is you. This is 2020. We have died and we are now being reborn. But this rebirth, you are in control of. For this rebirth, we will not be controlled by forces that wish to block our evolution. For this rebirthing, we will rise together as one. We will make choices that are led from our heart space. And so if you want to do this and you want to contribute, then you need to get really, really skilled up at leading your own life from your heart space. So continue returning to that place. Presence with yourself. Sit next to yourself like you would a very, very dear friend. Become the one that knows you better than anyone else knows you. And I can tell you, this is the way to bring all of your dreams into fruition. That's like the very best thing you can do. Develop that relationship, because what are you doing when you develop a relationship with yourself? When you grow your intrapersonal intelligence, what do you have? You have the capacity to call on different parts of yourself when you need them. You have the capacity to show up in many different expressions of the self, meaning others will trust you and like you and appreciate you because you're being real and you're being authentic, okay? What also happens is that you come to understand how you can be of the very best service to those around you, because you know the qualities that you have and you know where you complement other people's qualities and where you conflict with other people's qualities, and you can redirect yourself and redirect healing situations as well when you are knowing about that and paying attention to that and aware of that within yourself. So the other thing I really want to share with you is bring more joy in. Do this with playfulness. Do it with silliness. If you come across your ego and it says something, have a bit of a laugh at it. Let it have a bit of a play. Let it look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I'm super cool. Not a big deal. Yeah, you don't need to be leading from that place, but you also don't need to be dismissing and diminishing any parts of yourself. Do not reduce yourself. Accept yourself. Okay? Yeah. It's the most wonderful thing. People often think I'm walking around like the cat that's followed the canary, because I feel like I've got a secret, and that secret is I know myself really well. I have a really strong understanding of all the strange and unusual parts that make me up, and frankly, I'm the most fascinating person I know. And the only reason I feel that way is because I'm the person I know most. Yeah, I find pretty much all people fascinating, really, but I'm kind of the most interested in myself. Now, that doesn't necessarily make me selfish, and it doesn't necessarily make me self-absorbed or self-centered. What I've found is that it makes me self-responsible, which is a quality that is very much needed to moving forward. If we are not responsible for ourselves and in control of our own choices and making conscious choices from a present state in every moment, that we are simply led by other people's, and we're essentially slaves to those who do not support our evolution. And I no longer choose to do that. So I choose to love and accept myself, and I choose to cultivate the qualities that really align to who I want to be and the kind of world that I want to live in. And I choose to not lose any of my energy or attention focusing on any lack, anything that I think I don't have, or anything that I think I haven't gotten up until this point. Part of my way to be adaptable in the moments is to pause and notice what is good around me. What do I appreciate? What can I be grateful for? And I notice as I do that, my energy kind of spirals into this like refresh kind of vibe where I'm like, oh, I'm grateful in the moment, that thing's over there that I feel good about, and it's like, bam, I'm present, and then all of a sudden I notice the possibilities open in front of me, and that feeling of lack simply dissolves. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm going to reiterate joy, playfulness, bring that in. It's so time now. So many of the guides are just so keen for us to be bringing more joy in, to be moving out of that old archetype that says you need to suffer in order to learn, that growth can only come through struggle. They're really wanting you to, and us and all of us, to reframe that now, to know that growth comes from all different types of experience. It doesn't necessarily only come from trudging through the dark. growth also comes from embodying joy and witnessing beauty all around you. Okay, they're very happy with that. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see if anyone else has anything they want to say, anything more. Yes, we are also very encouraging, absolutely. Very, very encouraging of you developing methods of self-sustaining your energy, self-regulating all of your systems and maintaining your own state of peace and joy within. This is the most wonderful way that you can support all of the forces at work that are coming into alignment now. Well, I've always been in alignment, but we know you kind of like that word, and so let's just say that all the forces at play are coming into alignment with you right now in this moment, and they are offering you a synergy and a combination of above and below, and a reunification, let's say, of your spiritual and your physical selves. And we are continuously offering you support and guidance and direction about how to find the tools, let's say, be that an actual tool or an idea or a communication or a perspective or a memory or a dream or a vision or a symbol or a sign or whatever it may be that comes in front of you. We are continually offering you these things that we place in front of you in order for you to be happier, to have more joy, to have more ease, to have more understanding if that's what you need, in order to have more joy, in order to have more ease, and so on and so forth. And we will always place these in front of you, and we will continue doing this because this is simply what we do. And the more available you are to receive these things and to accept these signs, then the more signs you will see. And the more willing you are to allow us to support you, the more support you will feel. And the more openness you have to new information about how to live on your planet, the quicker you will evolve. Okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. There's also been quite a bit of talk over the last few months around doing the things that you've always wanted to do and not done. Doing the things that you perhaps haven't had the courage to do, but kind of like yearning and burning in your soul or your heart somewhere, and that it's quite an appropriate time to be allowing yourself to step closer to those things, and knowing that even if it's a little uncomfortable, it is leading you to a place where you will experience far greater comfort, because it is your soul's calling to have that experience or to have that expression. And so as we continue to listen deeply within, it's a really beautiful thing to be offering those parts of ourselves that still haven't had time to express or still haven't had the opportunity to do something in this life. Some doors, open some doors so they can move closer to that. It's going to bring you great satisfaction. And again, even if it feels a little uncomfortable, just a little bit of stretching, gentle stretching is required in order to just cross over that threshold and receive those elevated frequencies and the elevated emotions of fulfillment and joy and beauty and happiness and learning and growth and all these wonderful things, connection. Beautiful. Okay. Wonderful to speak with you again, as always. Thank you so much for watching. Ah, goodness me, sending you lots of love, always, always, always sending you support and acceptance as well. I'm so grateful that you're here and so grateful that we're here together and so grateful that you're really willing to just love yourself and understand yourself and accept and receive all parts of yourself. And making that wonderful, courageous choice to grow and to blossom and bloom and to center. To center. We don't necessarily need to kind of rise up or ascend. It's really about centering in between the polarity, centering in between the contrast and finding that peaceful place, in the middle to just pause and rest and kind of hold steady and then just, if you can, shine from that place. But if you can't, then just hold it for yourself. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Okay, thank you so much.